Hello, this video will show you how to add users to help you out in curating the unit directory. First, as you can see here, we are already logged into your account. Second, if we go up to the top left, go all the way over to users, click on that. And now you can see a list of users that have the ability to curate the unit directory. So in this case, there are two users. There's you, Kip Napier, and you are the head content editor. And then there's the administrator account, BLT23admin, and they are the administrator for the site. Now, these two roles have differing levels of permissions. The administrator has access to everything in the site, how the site works, how the site functions, how the site behaves, how the unit directory itself is configured. And so, yeah, it basically controls everything. You are the head content editor. And that means that you have the ability to add, edit, and delete unit members, add, edit, and delete units, add, edit, and delete form submissions, and finally, to add, edit, and delete other users of the site who will help you curate the directory. So let's say you get a couple of buddies in to help you manage the directory. What you're going to be doing is you're going to be adding them and then setting their role for the site. So let's do that now. Let's say you have a buddy who is named John Smith, and you want to give them the ability to help you curate the unit directory. So if we go up here, add user, click on add user, we type in a username. We're going to type in a username, John Smith, a user address, John Smith at notarealemail.com, password, in this case BLT root, BLT root, status active, and now the most important part of this account creation screen, setting the roles for the user. So as you can see here, there are 4 possible roles this user can have. One is automatically given to him, you can't take it away from him, the authenticated user. Now this doesn't really mean much in this instance. I've taken away all permissions for the authenticated user. And so if you just add somebody to the site without giving them a role, they won't be able to do anything. Next up is the content editor. The content editor is similar to the head content editor with a few restrictions. First, they're not able to add or delete other users of the directory. So other users who curate the directory, they do not have the permission to either add them or delete them or edit them. The head content editor, though, does. You are the head content editor. You have the ability to add and edit and delete other users, and you should either keep this role for yourself or you should give it to a very good friend. If a good friend is helping you curate the site, you can give it to them, but by giving them this role, they have the ability to add and delete other users of the site. If you gave this to somebody you kind of but not really know, they could delete you from the database. So you don't want to do that. You don't want to give it to somebody you don't really know or don't trust. So in this case, we're gonna say John Smith is an acquaintance. You know him. He was in the unit, but you don't really know him. So let's give him the role of content editor. I'm gonna create a new account. You can see here that we have a confirmation dialog box. Created a new user account for John Smith. No email has been set. So now let's go to let's go to users and see. Now he's listed in the database of users. Let's log out, and we're going to log back in as him. Go to the login screen. John Smith, BLT root. Now we're logged in as him. Now here you can see two very important changes. First, there is no link for users. So John Smith is only a content editor. He doesn't have the ability to add or delete other users of the site. Second, there is no units link. So John Smith doesn't have the ability to add or delete units or to edit unit names. So again, just to repeat that, John Smith doesn't have the ability to add, edit, or delete units. Yeah. John Smith doesn't have the ability to add, edit, or delete units or unit names. However, John Smith does have the ability to add, edit, and delete other unit members. So if I go up here again to add, edit, and delete unit members, it takes you to the administration screen, very similar to your own. So here you see that he has the ability to add a unit member. So if we click on that, create unit member, he uses the ability to edit and delete other unit members. So let's say you need to work on Gilbert Addison's account, or sorry, Gilbert Addison's entry in the unit directory. You see that he has the ability to do so. And of course, he has the ability to delete them as well. He also has the ability to view form submissions. So whenever somebody submits a form that either adds a unit member or edits information about them, he has the ability to view them, to download them if he likes, and then to add that unit member to the directory. Okay. So now that we're done touring his account, let's log back out. And let's log back into your account. So go to Kip Napier, type in your password. Now we're logged back in. And let's go back to the top left and let's go to the users menu. Now, let's say that you want to delete John Smith from the database of users who can help you curate the unit directory. If we go down here, click on the checkbox next to his name, then go to Update Options, click on the select box, you can go to Cancel the selected user's account. And here we're taken to a confirmation screen. Are you sure you want to cancel these user accounts? And if you look here, John Smith is listed. And then it gives you several options and what you want to do after canceling these accounts. You can disable the account and keep its content, disable the account and unpublish its content, delete the account and make its content belong to an anonymous user, delete the account and its content. So you have two options here. You have to remember that when you give somebody the ability to add, edit, and delete unit members, they are essentially leaving their stamp on that content. So whenever you add a unit member, there's a stamp saying that your account created that new content. So when John Smith adds, edit, or deletes a unit member, their stamp is on that action. So when they create a new unit member, John Smith's stamp will be on that. Let me rephrase that. Whenever John Smith adds a unit member to the directory, in essence, his stamp will be on that content. So you have the ability to disable the account, not necessarily delete it and keep its content, or the ability to delete the account and make its content belong to the anonymous user. Now, people who don't have the ability to log into the directory, they just have the ability to access it, will never know who authored what content. So you have several choices. You can disable the account, keep its content, or delete the account and make its content belong to the anonymous user. But nobody outside you and other content editors will know who authored the content. So in this case, I am going to delete the account, make its content belong to the anonymous user. So I'm going to click on this and click cancel account. Canceling account. And now we get a little message dialog box. This update has been performed. John Smith has been deleted. Let's go back out to the front page. Alright, so this concludes this video on how to add and delete other users who can help you out in curating the unit directory.